Hey guys, it's Mrs. Bernal here, and so I wanted to go over the answers with you for your practice this week. You guys had surface area and volume. So I'm going to do a few other problems with you, and then the rest of them are just going to show you the answers. So when we're talking about surface area, for example, for this first one, we really want to just make sure we're finding the area of each of the faces of our figure, whatever it is, and then just total them all up. Okay, so really nothing new other than just accounting for each face of a 3D figure. So if I'm looking at this here, this triangle, I know this triangle is the same exact size and shape as this face and this face because these are regular pyramids, meaning their base will have all equal sides. So this is an equilateral triangle, and we can assume that because we're told that it's a regular pyramid, and that's what that means by the word regular. So our base here, the height is 3.5 and the base of our triangle is 4. So remember the area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height. So I just plug in those numbers. So base is 4 and height of this is 3.5. So I put all those numbers in my handy dandy calculator, and I know it's 1/2 of 4 is 2, and then 2 times 3.5 is 7. So then I know that this area here is 7. We could label it if we wanted to. Okay, so far so good. Okay, then one of the faces, there are 3 of them. So really when I find one, I can just multiply by 3 and then add the base. So we have height is 5 and base same length as 4. So 1/2 base times height. We always write the formula down so we know what we're plugging in. So I have a base of 4 and a height of 5. And I know that the area of that altogether would be 10. All right, so this one's 10, this one's 10, and this one's 10. And if I did mental math and take the sum, I know it's 37 and it's centimeters squared. So that is what we're doing. And so in some of the videos it says, take the 3D image and if you can draw its net, you can do that, or if you can visualize it just as it is. That's a strategy to use when you're calculating surface area. But if you are okay with just looking at it like this, you are absolutely fine. Okay, so next one here. This right here is the base of our pyramid. It is 1 by 1. So the area, of course, is 1. And I'll just put it right there in the middle, 1. And then if we look here, these triangles, again, are all going to be the same because they're a regular pyramid. And so area equals 1/2 base times height. And you should have put in the base is 1, the height is 3, and half of 3 is 1.5. So you would have this right here is 1.5. This face here, this triangular face, this also is 1.5. This is 1.5. This is 1.5. So you have 1.5 times 4. That's going to give you 6 plus this base is going to give you a total of 7 feet squared is the surface area. I'm talking about surface area. Okay. So moving on, I'm just going to give you the answer for this one, 33 meters squared. So you should have found the area of the base and then 4 faces. That's 3 times 4 times half, which is 6, and then 6 times 24 is 24, and then add the 9, which would give you your 33 meters squared. Okay, and then just a reminder, as always, pause whenever you need to pause so that way you can watch and look and write things down. I'm going a little fast, but that's because I know you can pause it. Okay. All right, moving on to this one here. So we have lots of different numbers, right? It seems more complicated, but it's not. Remember, again, it says regular pyramid. So I know all the faces are the same, the lateral faces. So my base here, it says that the height is 7.9, and this right here is 9. Now, because it's regular pyramid, even though it doesn't look like it, this also is 9, okay? And so is this. This is 9, 9, 9. Okay, so it doesn't appear like it is because of it being skewed, drawn 2D, but it is 9. So then we have here, the base is going to be area equals 1/2 base times height, 1/2 the base, which is 9. and then times 7.8, which is the height. Okay, so I don't have mental math strong today. I'm just going to put this in my calculator. So I'm going to, 0.5 times, that's that half, times 9 equals, times 7.8 equals 35.1. Okay, and that's going to be just the base, 35.1. So we have the area of the base here. Now, the sides, there are 3 of them, yes, because the base is triangular, so there are 3 lateral faces coming off of this base to meet at a point that makes our pyramid. So the height is 13. That base length here is 9. Same thing here, 9, and it would still be 13 because all those faces have the same shape. So we have area equals, excuse me, 1/2. The base length is 9 times 13. So 1/2 times 9 times 13. I'm going to show you my calculator. All right, so let's see here. 0.5 times 9 times 13. So it's 58.5. Now there are 3 of those, so we have to times this by 3. So we have 175.5, and we're going to add our base plus 35.1, and we have 210.6, which is the answer, and it's inches squared. So that's a surface area. Okay, let's look at number 5. I'm not going to explain every one of these, but really, you need to use all of your previous knowledge, and it's really just asking you to pull all that previous knowledge into these different problems. So it says your friend is purchasing an umbrella with a slant height of 4 feet. Slant height of 4 feet. There are a variety of such umbrellas to choose from. So an umbrella, a red umbrella, is shaped like a regular pentagonal pyramid with a side length of 3 feet. Find the lateral surface area of the red umbrella. Okay, so I kind of sketched it so you can kind of imagine, right, that this would go, this is the stem or whatever of the handle of the umbrella. So pentagonal shape, and it's wanting to know what the surface area is, the lateral surface area. So just like the cloth, really. Okay, so it's saying slant height of 4 feet, meaning from the top of the umbrella to the edge is going to be 4 feet. And then it says side length of 3 right here. So it's really 4 and 3. Okay, does that make sense? So you really have to imagine it. And then so then on part B, for example, if it's a hexagonal pyramid, right, this would change to a hexagon. And an octagonal pyramid, it would change to an octagon. All right, so if I find the surface area of one of the, or find the area of one of these, how many of these are there? Because remember, we were talking about a regular pentagonal pyramid, meaning all those pieces, all those lateral faces would be the same. So if I have area equals 1/2 base times height, and I have area equals 1/2 4 times 3, well, I know that that's 6. Okay, but how many are those at 6? Well, this is 6, right? This is 6, 6. Pentagonal, there would be 5 sections. So 6 times 5 is 30. Okay, so 30 feet squared. When you figure out part B for the yellow umbrella, that's a hexagonal, you're going to find that it's 30 feet. When you go ahead and do part C, you should have gotten approximately 30.4. 30.4 feet. So the question is, based on just the lateral surface areas, would you suggest that your friend pick the umbrella that is her favorite color? The answer would be yes, pick your favorite color, because really all of the umbrellas cover, quote unquote, right, roughly the same surface area. Yes, I know that technically this one is a little bit better, right? But you're talking about 4/10 of a foot more. No one's going to notice 4/10 of a foot, right? 4/10 of a foot. So if I were to have 12 inches and I times that by 0.4, total surface area, it's only covering 4.8 more feet. Okay, which total, right? That's not a whole lot. So No, that's not right. That's not my calculation is off. But anyway, the point is, I must have hit something, that it's not a lot. Okay. It's not a lot. So you would say yes. For this little bit more, pick whatever color you want, whichever one's your favorite. Okay. So moving on, because I don't want to make this video too terribly long, and I'm sure some of you have already lost. I just want to go over the answers. Okay, so moving on to surface area of a cylinder, remember, always use your formula and plug in everything. So not 2, the radius here would be 4. Okay, height is 2. Radius, you'd put 4. And remember, it's not 4 times 2, it's 4 squared. So 4 squared is 16. And in big ideas, right, they give you 2 answers. So you would do all these calculations first, leaving out pi, leave it out at the end. And you would end up getting something pi plus something pi, and then you can treat pi as a variable, and then you would get a common 48 pi. When you put that in your calculator, it's approximately, right, rounding to the nearest tenth, 150.7 inches squared. Okay. All right. So there are the rest of the answers. I'm just going to not say them, but just scroll down here and move my paper so you guys can check out your answers. Remember, pause is needed. That way you can check your answers. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and go to the next sheet because I know you can pause. I'm trying to make this video not so long. All right. The next one. Remember, volume, completely different than surface area. Yes, the videos I sent you, you should have gotten that this is how much space is filled in, right? If you're going to pour water or a liquid, you know, how much space would be filled in, how much cubic space. So the idea should be that the area of the base, that's why they do a big B for the formula. This means area of the base. So that way you can really think about this. Well, the area of the base could change, right? So it could change to a triangle. Well, I know the area of a triangle. So then I'm going to find the area of that triangle and then times it by the height. Here I know how to find the area of a rectangle and just times it by the height. So this is why they try to get you focused on area of the base, whatever that base shape is, and times it by the height will give you the volume. All right, so here are all the answers there. So pause. This would be a good time to pause and then check your answers. Okay, number 6, I just want to point out that they give you big B. They give you the area of the base here. You do not do any calculations other than plugging it in, right? So big B is 50 and 6 is the height. So when you multiply those, you get the 300 meters cubed, okay? So remember, area of the base times the height, right? You're going to look at this and how much does it take to fill that space up? All right. Here, I know that this is looks more like a tent, right? But if you tip this so that this is on the ground or on the table, the top matches it. So the bottom and the top, right? It's as if it's a triangular shaped can. So this is a prism, even though you see it on its side there. All right. Now moving on, the other answers here. This one's 8 inches cubed. Here you go. And then this last one. Again, same thing. You guys use what you know. It told you the area of the base is 100 inches squared, right? 100 square inches. So you already were given that. You did not have to do any other figuring. Remember, area of the base, it's given. You plug it in. That's why we have formulas. It's lovely because then you just plug and chug, right? Height, you're told, is 20. Now, this was in inches. Gallons, you needed to convert it to gallons. How many gallons of water will this jug hold? 1 gallon is equal to 231 inches cubed. So once you get this 2,000, you were to divide by 231, and it gave you like 8.67 something, I don't know. But it said round to the nearest tenth, so you bump it up to 8.7 gallons. All right. So that is all the answers for the practices you guys had. I know you guys worked really hard this week. We have one more week. So let's stick to it. And if you guys need me, remember to check out our Zoom meeting tomorrow. I believe that we meet at 11:30 a.m. If you want to, no, just Yeah, 11:30 a.m. I think you guys are first, right? Yes. Yes, I think so. But whatever it says on the Google Classroom, that's when we meet. But if you guys need me, remember to email me. I can always FaceTime or Zoom with you if you have any specific questions that I'm not answering here. So let me see if I can turn this. Boop, boop. Here we go. All right, guys. Take care. If you have any questions, make sure to get a hold of me. Okay? Bye.